Kalimera, Kalispera. Every time you're watching, this is Mappa. I'm Stella. This is Tasso. What's going on, my guy?
Oh, I'm emotional. I'm an emotional fella. What a 10 days? What a 10 days it's been.
Yeah,
what a 10 days it's been. I changed job. I now have to commute, and it's all weird and shit. I haven't had to do that for 5 years, so that's new. Something else happened pretty big as well. Obviously, we're going to talk about it later. All good things. All good things. What about you?
There's too much nonsense going on, isn't there, in Cyprus at the moment? Bit of nonsense.
Yes, for sure. For sure, there is a lot of that going around. Yes. Now, apart from that, though, how are you doing? How are you feeling?
I'll tell you what, I'm good, bro. I'm good. And you know what? The timing is everything, because I bought a ticket, right, for the Mappa prize giveaway for a car, and we actually get it in there live if you want. We can watch it. 1259. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get in there live. Let's get in there now. They're testing the balls. So they're showing us which balls are in there just to prove that they're not fixing it.
Okay.
Remember 1259, yeah?
Πάντα η κλήρωση γίνεται από τις μονάδες μέχρι να καταλήξουμε στο τελικό.
Okay, so they're going to start with the single numbers until they get to the end.
Να τραβούν και πάμε να το ξεκινήσουμε. Όποιος θέλει να τραβήσει έναν αριθμό, παιδιά.
Whoever you want.
Σε ποιον είναι Aris.
It's a Mitsubishi. Mitsubishi
there.
Από το χέρι σου κάτω σε μέσα και τράβα έναν αριθμό.
Did he just instruct her on how to do a draw?
Aris. Ο αριθμός 9.
9.
It's done already.
No, it's 1259. Where's he putting the 9?
Oh yeah, 9. That's right. Yeah, sorry, 9 is the single number. Yeah. Okay, so now we're doing the tens.
Hundreds, tens, and units.
Κλάβδιο μου, έλα.
Oh.
Ο Κλάβδιος.
Oh wow. Oh wow, there's a few people there, huh?
He's got swag.
It's a 5. What is it? Hey!
Μπαίνει μέσα.
We're still in.
Yeah. So far we're 5-9.
1259. Come on.
Ποιος να έρθει, Κωστή. Έλα, αλλά εσύ σύρε να έρθει πιο μακριά γιατί δεν μπορεί να δεις.
Answer the phone.
Έλα, ναι,
Bloody hell, Kosti is tall.
He's a tall fella.
Και τράβα ένα.
Maybe he's the goalkeeper.
Ο αριθμός 2.
What's going on?
2.
What's going on still? 259.
We need 1.
Τώρα τι γίνεται έτσι, ξέρουμε ρε παιδιά. Τώρα, ο μόνος αριθμός που μπορεί να κερδίσει είναι το 1259, το 1259 και το 1259. Σημαίνει έχουμε 33% πιθανότητα. Δηλαδή κάποιος που μας βλέπει τώρα ή κάποιος που μπορεί να το έχει το 259 ή που τελειώνει σε κάτι.
He just said 0259, 1259 or 2259 could win. So that means there's a 33% chance to win. No, my guy, that's not how percentages and chance works. So now they have to go through and pick out that 9, 8, 7, 6,
You have to take out all the numbers apart from 0, 1 and 2.
Yeah.
To be fair, it is a quite organised draw.
Yeah. It's just that, every time he's putting it up to the screen, you're like...
You can't see what it is, yeah.
Δεν έχει τίποτε.
What is empty? Okay.
Το 0
0.
Το 1
1.
και το 2.
2.
Άντρε μου, έλα. Πέρσι,
Oh man, Andy
τράβησα
knows
το
how to
γιο
shake that ball.
και τσεφάξε τη μαχές που το άλλο που βάστα είχε 50% πιθανότητα πέρσι.
That's
Φέτος θα τραβήσε κάποιο άλλο.
maths works.
Μιχαλάκη, να μας
That's
κάνεις
not
την
how
τιμή.
maths works. That's not how maths works.
Listen, I would just want Michalagi to draw the one. Come on, man.
Με κάτω στα καμπόσο ρε Μιχαλάκη μου και τράβα
Come,
μέσα
Michalaki,
το
come
κινητό.
on.
Everybody is watching.
Come on, man.
Ορίστε. 0.
Oh, fuck you, Michalagi.
Ah.
Fuck him. Fuck this guy.
Oh, never
Can't catch a
mind.
break today, man. Honestly,
No,
can't
you
catch a
cannot.
break.
You were so close to getting that Mitsubishi. So close
Such
to that Mitsubishi.
Today's been a letdown. Today's been an utter letdown. And then 3/4 of the way through my stream earlier in the members area for no choff days, I start getting a nosebleed.
Listen, I think Grigori and Papa Stavro are on to you. I think that's what that
I know, man.
is.
I know. They put rice in my
Yeah, I was
drink or
gonna.
something,
Yeah,
man.
I was gonna make sure you haven't got any Novichok in your tea. Yeah.
You know, need to walk around with rubber gloves. To touch any handles. Fucking hell.
Woo.
Yeah.
Woo. Yes.
Oh, yeah, okay, still
Anyway.
with the nosebleed. Yeah, Alex, bro, like, honestly, it's because I've been blowing my nose all day because of my hay. In fact, I've been blowing my nose for the last 4 days because of illness and hay fever. And today, my nose just went, turn on the tap. And I'm talking and blood is gushing out. I'm like, what the fuck is this? But I'm okay now. It's fine. Thank you, Alex. Weird. Anyway, Tasso, let's get cracking. No one gives a shit about my nosebleed.
Let's
and no
get
one gives a shit
cracking.
that we didn't win the car. Okay, so go on. Shoot.
Yeah. So here we go. Let's start with. I've gone alphabetical order this time.
Yes.
Alphabetical order according to me, not whatever else anybody else thinks. It's my alphabetical order. So first we go with Aek, because it's fairly straightforward. Anyway, so all of a sudden, Aek have a very full trophy cabinet. All of a sudden, you thought, all right, they've won the cup. That's the 3rd cup ever in their history ever. It's starting to become something. That little trophy cabinet that they've got. However, following the general meeting of the Cyprus FA executives, they have decided that Aek to be handed EBA and Bezoborigos's title and cup wins. So now that means that they don't just have 3 cup wins, but they now have 5 league wins, 3 from EBA and 2 from Bezoborigos, if I've done my research correctly. But also an additional 6 cup wins, which are 5 from EBA and 1 from Bezoborigos, and a Super Cup that EBA won as well. Now, here's the pièce de résistance of this announcement, right? Is that in the 1954-55 season, we can now say Aek beat Aek in the final to win the cup.
Poetic.
Poetry.
Justice.
In other completely unrelated news, I am now a bus driver and an Orthodox priest because that's what my granddads were.
That's all.
Beya, they can do an application to the Cyprus FA to get the cup that Abob Giniras Beyaz won. Although you could argue Bafor could also go for that one. So, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? What are we doing here?
Mate, listen, I don't even know anymore. I don't even know.
I'll tell you who'll be pissed. My dad, right?
Go on.
He supported Bezoborigó.
Yes.
And then when they merged, my dad was like, fuck that. Oh, I'm not. What's this canary bullshit colours that they came up with? So he's not supported Aek at all, right? So probably him hearing this news, I haven't spoken to him about it yet, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be pissed.
Well, listen, as an Omonia fan, I'm not too happy about this as well. Because again, if we go by the APOEL rules, Buffer ended this season on 82 points. Omonia and Omonia Gosenad Ismail, the same. Same. Yes?
But different.
Same but different. But my Omonia ended up on 68 points. 14 points behind Buffer.
Correct.
Omonia Gosenad Ismail got 14 points. So we take the 14 points and we end up on 82 points, level with Buffer. But hey, we beat Buffer 3 times this season on head-to-head. So, we're the champions. Give me the title.
Same, but different.
But different.
But the same.
Yalla.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. What a load of rubbish. But anyway, that's AX news for the last 10 days. They've been very busy, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's all. May I take this opportunity to plug our upcoming book?
Oh, yes, of course. Always.
We're in the process of writing a book. And Vaso, you're going to love this. So, staying with the AEK theme, a certain someone who's disappeared off the face of the planet decided to pipe up. And because of his rhetoric or because of his, monologue, I don't know who he was talking to, but anyway, he's given us an entry to the book. So I'm just going to add this bit. Hamdulillah, History and the Ambelobulya Wars. So, there
beautiful.
You go. Right.
Beautiful.
When Hamdulillah speaks, people tend to listen. Not necessarily because they agree with him, but because you're never quite sure what's going to come out of his mouth next. This is a man who once presided over Northosi, one of Cyprus's most storied football clubs. During his time there, he was known as a bit of a throwback. The type of president who probably still sends faxes and thinks VAR is a communist plot. And to be fair, Northosi weren't exactly lining up Europe under his watch, but Hamdulillah, as ever, was more interested in the big picture, or at least his picture. Outside of football, he also made headlines for publicly defending the right to shoot Ambelobulya, Cyprus's famously protected and illegally poached songbirds. Yes, while most of Europe were banning plastic straws and saving bees, Hamdulillah was out here saying, actually, have you tried these on toast? The backlash was swift, and he became a walking metaphor for that strange intersection of nationalism, nostalgia, and questionable priorities that you occasionally find in Cypriot politics. So when Hamdulillah popped up in June 2025 to slam the CFA for recognizing titles from merged clubs, nobody was entirely surprised, but everyone was paying attention. He didn't just raise an eyebrow. He raised 5 flaming questions and lobbed them straight at the CFA's front door. Why are some clubs allowed to inherit titles while others were left in the historical dust? Who decides the rules? Is there a political motive behind this? What will fans think? And how exactly is this transparent? He stopped it just short of calling it football communism, but the implication was clear. This wasn't about honoring history. It was about rewriting it, and Hamdulillah wasn't having any of it. And truth be told, he had a point. If title recognition becomes a pick and choose buffet depending on who's in charge and who you're friends with, what's the point of records, legacy, or dare we say it, integrity? Hamdulillah wrapped it up with a classic flourish. This isn't about history, it's politics. And it risks destroying the sense of justice and credibility in Cypriot football. Now, this coming from a man who once passionately defended eating illegal birds, that's rich. But he's not wrong. When football history becomes negotiable, every club has a reason to start rewriting the past. And before you know it, someone's asking if Abuel deserved Chelsea's 2012 Champions League trophy on a technicality. There you go.
They do.
You give me a nosebleed again. Flipping out.
Yeah. Well, you can ask Vaso, but you know. I've made my thoughts very, very well known on this. But yeah, so that's AEK for this week. That's AEK for this week.
Lovely jubbly.
Yes.
There you go.
Now,
you're the one. He knows.
Yeah, exactly. So next, I guess is AL, because you know KL Anyway, we've got, let's do the signings first. We've got Christos Wheeler. So he was at Two Omonia, Two Furious last season, where he played 27 games. He now signs for APOEL. And now we've got two players from Baka Topola.
Yes.
So we've got a Serbian central midfielder called Ivan Milosavljevic, 25-year-old who's basically just been in Serbia the whole time, Partizan, Teleoptic, Vostovac, as well as 3 seasons at Baka Topola. And then they've also signed this 28-year-old Serbian centre-back called Dusan Stefanovic, who's played for Radnik, Vojvodina, and Vranje in Serbia, and FK Lovchen in Montenegro, and Persebaya in Indonesia.
Okay.
So, yeah, there you go. So it's a bit more eclectic in his teams. Now, we've also had 12 players announced as released as well from APOEL this week.
Thank you.
So, Yigal Becker, Marko Stolnik, Frank Bambok, Yannis Gerolemu, Andreas Ioannou, Christos Sergiou, Adonis Nicoletidis, Panayiotis Zachariou, Leonel Stumia are gone, as well as the 3 loanees in Zeturpo, Emmanuel Toku, and Daniil Lesovoy. So we already know about Leonel Stumia. He's gone to Budnokos Podgorica in Montenegro.
And making that up?
No.
Okay.
Podgorica, that's how you say the capital.
Okay,
right?
I don't know. Just sound like you're making it up. Okay, all right.
We already knew Panayiotis Zachariou left. He announced it like a month and a half ago. Yigal Becker played once all season for.
Remember the fuss they made to try and register him? Flipping hell, the fuss
and he played
they made
once. I
bet his dad ain't happy. I wonder how many hotels in Limassol he's going to shut down. He might end up at Abolon.
So when they announced the Zeturbo as well, they actually used his real name, and I was like, "Who the hell is Jose Correa?" I had to Google it. I was like, "Who's this guy that they've released?" And it's Zeturbo. He was at Mobs. They signed him from Paris Nizhny Novgorod. So he's going to Paris Nizhny Novgorod to be managed by one Alexei Shpilevsky. Yes.
Very good.
Yeah. There you go. Lemesaur is meeting Lemesaur everywhere except for in Cyprus. You've got it happening. You've got it happening in Romania. You've got it happening in Russia. We're going places. Anyway, so that's the APOEL stuff that I had. However, you've also talked about this deal. They're a gold sponsor, IC Markets. So do you want to talk a little bit about that?
So basically, they've got this strategic partnership with this company called IC Markets Limited. And it says they're going to be a gold sponsor till 2027. Now, according to the press release of the club, it's something along the lines of it's a renewed agreement. So I don't know how long they've been working together, but it says it secures continued financial backing, but also highlights the shared vision between the club and the global online trading leader IC Markets. Now, they're a provider of Forex and CFD trading services. Wherever that means, I don't know. Honestly, Forex, when I hear that, it baffles me. Probably because there's too many Forex companies in Cyprus, and I'm assuming 1 or 2 of them are actually helping the cartel in South America, allegedly. But this is an Australian company. And apparently, where is it? As part of the regulatory obligation, IC Markets reminds the public that CFDs are complex financial instruments that come with high risk of losing money due to leverage. 73.22% of retail investor accounts lose money when trading CFDs with IC Markets and EU. But I don't know. There's an Australian billionaire that's founded them, Andrew Budzinski. So if he's a billionaire, then obviously he's knows what to do with money and how to make it.
Well,
So.
I mean, you say he knows what to do with money, but APOEL also announced, I think it was earlier today, so we didn't put it in the notes, that he's also giving them land for them to build a training center.
Ah, yes.
And also providing the club with money so that they can build a new indoor arena for the basketball.
Was that an official statement, though?
Was it,
from the club? Was it an official statement or was it a report?
It was a report, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So something's happening there anyway. But, there's no smoke without fire in Cyprus. As soon as somebody...
whispers or farts.
Yeah. Then everybody knows about it. So...
Yeah. Well, listen, there are certain things that people don't talk about.
Yeah.
There are certain things that people don't talk about, which should be spoken about.
Listen, I'm not going to jump around about it. Anyway,
you'd be hopping mad.
Anyway,
happy-go-lucky. Right.
Anyway, we've got Agridas next. There we go. Yes. So the big one is, so Agridas still haven't announced the signing, although if you have a look on Transfermarkt, it says they have got someone. So but there's no official announcement yet. However, we do have something that happened. So we talked about last podcast about Jason Punchin leaving Agridas because of his unsuitability in inverted commas to be head coach of a first division team in Cyprus. So he released a statement afterwards, kind of telling some of the behind the scenes stuff. In essence, there seems to be basically the two FAs between themselves can't seem to get themselves in correctly edgeways. Basically, the English FA would only let him attend the pro license course if he was employed, and the Cyprus FA would not accept the English FA's supporting letter to say that yes, he will be accepted onto the course in November, right? Or that he will be getting his pro license in November.
Right.
So no special dispensation for Jason Punchin. In fact, the Cyprus FA, one of the representatives of the executive board at the Cyprus FA, told Agridas that if Jason Punchin was to be head coach, or even they were going to do like the Asman role, like what he did with Aez last season, if they were going to do anything like that, then they'd get fined €20,000 a game.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Hugo Martins is in the background going like, hi. Because let me remind everybody, Hugo Martins was in exactly the same situation Jason Punchin is in right now, but they gave him special dispensation because he's the coach that got Omonia Radipo promoted in the first place. He now has his pro license, which is why he was able to go to Aachen.
I'm just confused as to why the CFA was so adamant to keep reminding Agrida that they'll be fined every time. I'm interested to know why they were so eager to continuously inform Agrida that they'll be fined if Jason Punchin is listed as an assistant manager. I'm just asking the question here. Anyone know why they would be so adamant? They'd be so, I don't know, encouraged to do it? I don't know.
Very good question.
Do you know?
Very good question. I like how we've got all these. Do I know?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
No, I don't know. Do you know?
No.
I just like how we've got all these leading questions that somebody knows the answer to.
Oh, well, I'm sure people do know the answer, but they don't want to give it. They don't want to say it. But it's fine because I'm pretty certain it's gonna get out there eventually, and it's not gonna be pretty for some people anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Because listen, the way that they have treated him is absolutely shambolic, and I'm not even sticking on Agrida. To be honest, I'm not sticking on Agrida.
No, because you said it was 5 games until November that they'd end up playing, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, so that's 100,000 euros that they'd get fined.
Yeah, but he could have coached 4 of them. With the license that he has, he could have been there for 4.
Yeah, but they still would have fined them anyway.
I just think the whole situation is stupid, man. It's stupid. It's pathetic. And the thing is, right, you're sitting there thinking, you make this special dispensation for one coach, and then you have another coach that has got a bigger reputation that could help your league with his exposure, with everything, and you dump on him for what? For what reason?
Very good question. I don't have an answer for you. I do not
have an answer.
I should have an answer, but I don't.
You should.
I should. Okay.
You should have an answer. I demand you have an answer.
Okay. It's because they don't like his face.
Well, it could be that. It could be that. I think there's a bit more to the whole face thing, in all fairness, but it's fine.
I mean, he did also allude to it slightly in his in his message. Mm-hmm. He didn't outright call it out, but he did call himself one of the more prominent BAME coaches abroad representing England at the moment.
Well, it's like we said last time, yeah. He's gonna find another job eventually, and when he does, certain people are gonna eat their words.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, shall we do the next thing?
Yes.
We've got Anorthoses next. So, first things first. The club came out with a statement this week saying that embargo stuff is basically sorted, in essence. So what they said...
Almost.
Yeah, they confirmed that the previous issues which formed their embargo had been resolved. So I like reading off the names of the cases because they kind of read like mistakes that your man Prieto made. And then something really weird at the end of it. But anyway, we've got Christian Macun, Salvador Ferrer, Sergio Castel, Ivan Arpoleda, Sekou Gassama, Neil Marmouk, Samuel Mraz, Antonin, Cisco Munoz, Eric Sabo, and Helder Ferreira. Right, all those should be names that are linked with Prieto signing his name on the dotted line, right?
No.
Now, the one weird one that I saw there that I was like, where the hell has this come from? Is apparently they also owed money to a team called Olympos Agiu Spiridon for a youth player called Rafael Gugodimu.
Okay.
From like 3 years ago.
Right. Okay.
Have you heard of him? I've not heard of him. I'm pretty sure Anorthoses fans haven't heard of him.
Is he an FM Regen?
You know what? This is very unprofessional of me, but I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to Google it.
Do it.
Rafael Gugodimu.
Well, look, while you do that, I'm going to talk about the other thing. And our friend Stella Marco has become the new press officer for Anorthoses. And I'm so proud of her because this girl she's a massive Anorthoses fan. She's a wonderful person. She's honest. She's straight up. She's been in the media for God knows how long, highly respected. And she helped us with the charity marathon pod we did March 2024. And congratulations, Stella. Absolutely incredible news. Brilliant. So, did you find Google Ma?
every time I'm finding him, it's in reference to him being one of the reasons Northosi had an embargo.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you can't even search his name on the CFA website, can you?
No. I was wrong. It's Rafael Gugodimos. Yeah.
How do you spell that?
Koukodimos.
Yorgos.
No, Rafael.
Well, he doesn't even have a profile on Instagram. Let me try it in Greek.
Yeah, it might be like, because it's Yorgos Rafael Gugodimos.
Okay. Yeah. Well, this might be him.
Yep, that's him. Yorgos Rafael Gugodimos.
He's got private profile.
His citizenship is Greece and Australia. He's a left back. Let's see. So,
he's being followed by a couple of unorthodox players.
Yeah. So on the 7th of January, 2023, he left Anorthosi and joined Kritas Dienis Morphou.
Okay.
And then on the 1st of January 2025, he left Dienis Morphou and then joined Thoi Lakatamnias.
Oh.
So he was obviously worth the embargo.
Okay.
Now, however, so they did all that. However, right at the end, they kind of dropped. Oh, by the way, there's another case that's been put forward on us for an embargo again.
Honestly, sort it out. Quite loud. Sort it out.
Oh, it's you can't make this stuff up, man. Right.
I'm surprised.
Anyway.
Right, we got the next one because this one's going to take a while, isn't it?
I'm gonna try and not make it last ages. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna read off my notes. I'm not gonna go off piste. If you want to add stuff afterwards, that's fine. But I'm just gonna read it like a robot, and I'm not gonna throw in any other opinions other than what I've already written.
Can I go for a wee while you do that?
I mean, you can do.
Okay.
So
I'll go now. Bye.
Okay. All right. So, oh god, I completely forgot about Grape Man. Anyway, so Abuel have been taken over. They've been taken over, or at least sort of, kind of weird thing going on. Anyway, Abuel had their shareholders' general meeting this week, and the big news coming from it is that Abuel have got new investors. It's not Mark Campbell's Shysters, Apex Capital LLC, and it's not the Ponzi schemers XP Investimentos, but a company called F8 Sports, which has the backing of Vanderlei Luxemburgo and his family. Now, I'm one of the people that's like, let's see how this goes, because obviously Stell who's been in contact with some people that know a bit more about Vanderlei Luxemburgo and his family. There's some weird stuff about his birth certificate that I read on. He's apparently 3 years older than what was being reported. That kind of stuff. But I looked up the head of the firm on Instagram of F8, this Fabiano. He keeps posting images with young Brazilians that he helped to get into teams like Santos. So, I suspect there's going to be something there where Abuel are going to be bringing in more Brazilian players, hopefully like Maioli and not like Vitor Mia, but hopefully like Maioli, kind of bringing them into the club, making them play well, and then selling them on into the European market at bigger clubs, I guess. I don't know. It depends if they're any good or not. But anyway, good news-ish. In his speech, Petridis confirmed what we already knew about the deal, how much money they're going to throw in, how much they're going to pay towards the debt every year, what the budget was going to be for the team. They were going to basically buy into the club with so many shares that they'll end up with 80% of the company at the end of whatever. I think it's the 20 years that they're looking to invest in. But yeah, everything great, except that there is a 60-day decision deadline as to whether they will put in the full investment agreed. Now, they've already paid the first tranche of funding of 305,000 euros. So they, they've just gone into the debt hole. But it's fine. Now, I looked at the announcement and worked through the 60 days and saw that takes us to 24th of August. So that's pretty late in the transfer window for budget purposes. Now, since the shareholders meeting, the F8 Sports came out and did a press conference as well, didn't they? At the training ground, made some flowery announcements of what they were going to do.
You can't find any information about Mr. Almeida, by the way. He's just not available. You can't find anything on him.
What about his Instagram?
It's private.
I've seen pictures of his Instagram.
Have you?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Or are you talking about Fabinho?
I'm talking about Fabinho.
Yeah,
right, okay.
Almeida, the other guy.
All right,
in the white shirt.
All right. Anyway, yeah. It seemed to be okay. They said what they said. Positive things. Oh, we're going to look to bring in players from Brazil, sell them on for higher fees. Investment, return of investment. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. Okay, it's good news. It's good news. Abuel have got investors, and they've got ones that seem to be a bit less schemy than the other two that we were looking at. However, you've been talking to a friend of yours about Vanderlei Luxemburgo, who's involved. Now, I already mentioned while you were in the toilet that already he was in trouble in Brazil because his real birth certificate actually made him 3 years older than what he was telling people. But you've got more serious stuff to mention.
Well, yeah. I found an article from 2003, and he was given a 5-year jail sentence for tax evasion. And that included kickbacks from transfer deals and money laundering. Now, I haven't found anything else after that. He's obviously out, so I don't know what happened or whatever. I can't find anything. It's almost as if you do all sorts of searches. You go and chat GPT to give you different terms in Brazilian Portuguese, and nothing comes up. It's almost as if it didn't happen, or it did happen, but it just disappeared afterwards, and no one knows.
So that whole birth certificate thing, one of the things that they mentioned with the birth certificate is that on his birth certificate, his name is spelled differently to what it was previously. So maybe if you write his name differently, you might actually come up with some stuff.
Okay, maybe.
Now,
well, I'm not going to dig.
I'm gonna move away from that. I'm going to move away from that because while you kind of said some stuff, for me, I'm like, whatever. Just bring us the good players. Don't bring us any shit Brazilians. Bring us good Brazilians. And
apparently got 5 coming in, no?
Good.
Didn't they say there's 5 coming in?
Good. 5 of them.
Wait,
good.
I'll tell you what's funny though. During the press conference, they mentioned Maioli, didn't they?
Yes.
And how they got a good relationship. Well, isn't it funny? Because on Sunday, when we was doing a bit of digging, we noticed that this Fabinho guy follows Maioli and vice versa.
Yep.
So, we knew this already. Sorry,
it's
because we do our research.
It's stuff we knew already, but yeah.
We don't copy and paste other people's stuff. That's okay.
Now,
that's the only jab I'm going to throw today.
Now, got some other things that happened during the shareholders meeting. So on Pablo Garcia, he said he's very ambitious. We were thrilled by his willingness to take on the project. He knows the budget we will be working with. I'm pretty sure Petridis doesn't know the budget he's working with, so I don't know how Pablo Garcia knows. Anyway, he has fully understood the situation and agreed that the young people of our academy must be supported. So Pablo Garcia coming in, I think, is a great idea in that case then, because of what he did with BAUK. He worked through the academies at BAUK and the B team before he took over the first team, and he got them a cup win and then got them second, and then for some reason moved back into the reserve team before moving on to. And anyway, I'm not gonna dig any further into that. But anyway, Beatriz said, Abuel is not about people; it is an idea, a history, and a passion. We will defend this idea in every way. Over the last 3 years, I've extended countless invitations to anyone who is capable to come and take over.
Oh.
Anyway, on the stadium, he said that they are in the final stages of submitting the plans to secure the permit, and that there is a commitment from the Jordanos family that the stadium will move forward. He also noted that there is interest from third parties to cover the €6 million shortfall in funding that exists. I'm adding currently. It currently exists because I'm pretty sure the price the price of that's going to go up. But you know, it looks like the Dino Jordanos Stadium is going forward, and I don't care what they decide to call it when it's finished. That's what it's going to be called. Yeah, there's the fact that this man wanted to give the money to build the stadium. I think it should be named after him in memoriam. But anyway, and then so there's two more things to talk about Abuel, and then I'll shut up for a bit. Is we've got Gus the Grape Boy joining the club officially. Great. Abuel announced the signing of Konstantinos Stafilidis. Okay, prove me wrong. Just prove me wrong, Mr. Grape Man. But 11 games in 2 years. It's not great. Anyway.
Yes, but the pitch is the mirror.
The other thing is
I prefer my mirrors on the ceiling, so
Yes, so the next one is Petridis is beating reporters up now as well, so that's good.
Oh yes.
Omega Live reported that one of the reporters was accosted by Petridis prior to Abuel's General Assembly by grabbing him by the neck and pushing him around during an open training session at the ICB. Apparently, a player also sent a vulgar voice message to another journalist, because of course they did.
And then the next day, Abuel came out with nothing to see here.
So in essence, the statement said that in relation to an incident reported today regarding a clash between the president of the Abuel company and a journalist, there has already been a communication between the two. Mutual explanations were given, and the matter is considered closed.
Whatever.
There's a Nirvana song that comes to mind.
Go on.
No apologies.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. Anyway, that's me ranting about my club. Shall we move on to the next? There's a lot of clubs that begin with A in our league. We're still on A. It's 46 minutes and we're still on A. So Abolon is next, and they signed Gary Rodriguez. So this is a 34-year-old Cape Verde winger who's played for 16 different teams, including Fenerbahce, Galatasaray, PAOK, Elche, Levski Sofia, and Feyenoord. I also like as well that they announced. Olympiago, But I like how they announced that they were going to announce him as well. So that was good. They did a video
Of a chair.
And announcing that they were going to announce him. Now, they also signed Sergio Castel. So the boy is back in Cyprus. Ooh.
Yeah.
So, yes, following his release from Anorthosis, he went back to Spain and played for Malaga. And last season, he was at Marbella.
Oh, yes. Come on.
Yes. So a reminder for everybody that when he was at Anorthosis, he scored 16 goals in 35 games.
Not bad return.
Not bad. Not bad. We've also got Doregaray has joined. Well, I think we talked about it, didn't we, already? But yeah, he's gone to Ecuador.
Sorry.
Yes. Now, one of the things that was announced this week as well was that Hambo Giriagu has signed for Dynamo Bucharesti. So that is that we've got 2 Gibrels now in Bucharest, one on either side in essence. We've got Ilya Haralambos winning the league at FCSB. Now we've got Hambo at Dynamo Bucharest. Let's see. We've got Charles Bolly is gone.
That's right. Roger's nephew is gone out of here.
Yeah, and then who's the guy in the bottom left? Remind me.
Ljubic.
I completely forgot about him.
Bitch.
You bitch.
You bitch.
Yes. So yeah, they also signed him. I believe Alex has put a comment there. I don't necessarily agree that Abolon continue to sign media players to try to stay in the top 6 because Sergio Castel is a massive one. They didn't make as much of a big deal about Sergio Castel as they did for Gary Rodriguez. But Sergio Castel is massive. Yeah. Anyway, that's Abolon.
Lovely. On to the next.
Aris.
Aris.
So the big one is Leon Balogun has officially joined Aris. So, as well, in the announcement, I don't know if the Aris admin did this on purpose or not. But can you with the green light, and then he said as well, Leon is green, as if to kind of wind up all the Rangers fans. He had a load of Rangers fans quoting the tweet, being like, "No, he fucking isn't." But yeah, so it's not like people need a history on Leon Balogun, but I'll go through it anyway. 36-year-old Nigerian centre-back, been at Bremen, Hanover, Dusseldorf, Mainz, Darmstadt, Brighton, Wigan, QPR and Rangers. 388 appearances, 20 goals and 6 assists in the Bundesliga, in the Premier League, Champions League, Europa League appearances. He's got a Scottish League Cup and the League Cup winners medal with Rangers, and he's got 46 appearances for the Super Eagles, the Nigerian national team. So that's woo. Yes.
Yep. And I'll tell you what, we've been saying for a while that they've been lacking defensive stability. You got Connor Goldson there and Balogun, even though he's 36, he doesn't play like a 36-year-old, trust me.
Yeah.
So you got 2 defenders that know each other very, very well, played with each other at Glasgow Rangers. Yeah. Listen, couple more signings and
Yes.
Anyway.
Now, one big one that's gone is Karol Struski.
Yeah.
So Struski joined in July 2022 from Jagiellonia, and in his time at Aris, he made 100 appearances with 11 goals and 14 assists. He takes back to Poland a league and a Super Cup winners medal, where he's now signed for Raków Częstochowa. Yeah.
Yep. Good team. Very good team.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, big changes at Aris.
For sure. Right. Next.
So next is Paralimni. We've gone down to P. Enosis Neon Baralimnio. So yeah, I mean,
graphics for this.
Very quickly, Neve Gottlieb, he was the captain last season. He's gone. He was announced by Ironi Tiberias in Israel. He signed from APOEL Hadera last summer, played 33 times and got 3 goals and 3 assists.
Okay.
Didn't score. He played so many games as an attacking midfielder and didn't score as many goals as Simtandi. Anyway, next we've got Ethnikos Achna.
I haven't got anything for that either.
So, Achna, I've got, they've signed a player called Efstathios Yamnaras. He's a young player, 19 years old. He's a number 10. He played 28 games for Ayannaba last season. And altogether for Ayannaba, he's played 56 games, scoring 5 goals.
Okay.
So it's, I don't think it's one for now. I think they're kind of holding him back, like what they did. Like what they're going to do with Ioannou, what they've done with Cabrera, what they've done with a few players. Or somebody who's going to stick around for a couple of seasons, perform well, and then wait for somebody to grab hold of him after that.
Yeah.
One out is Daniel Tetur. He has found a new club following his release from Achna in FC Slovako in Czechia.
Okay.
30-year-old central midfielder played 17 times for Achna, scoring once and assisting in 2 goals. So there you go. Right, so that's Achna. Next, so I put these guys next because, one of their names begins with an F. There's Freedom 24 FC Krasova Eni Psonas.
Yes.
So now they officially made their first signing announcement with Yassine Abasa coming in from Nasalamina.
Yes.
The 33-year-old French attacking midfielder played 33 times last season, scoring 3 and assisting in 8 goals. He knows how to pass a ball. Now, There's been loads of rumours as well about who's coming in as well as him. I'm finding it hard to find anything official out of FC Krasava other than what the media is reporting, because their Instagram account has died.
Yeah.
But yeah, in essence, there's players like Chebak being connected with them.
According to Transfermarkt, they've already signed them.
Yeah, is Trujic, Spoljaric, Chebak, and one Manuel de Riondo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
According to Transfermarkt, they've signed a few players. So who are we to argue with Transfermarkt?
Who are we to argue with Transfermarkt? Now,
they're always right.
Now we've got Omonia Radipo. So I kicked off about not having anything to say about them in last week's podcast, and they tagged me in the announcement for Minas Antonio. So he was the first one this week. 2-year contract. Yes, he was.
No.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yes. Yeah, for some reason they took a photo of him. The announcement photo was him stood in front of the letters N and O.
No,
which I can't tell if they probably took the photos at the pub.
No,
so they told him to stand in front of the 2 letters that you can find next to each other in anorthosis that you can also find in Omonia.
No.
So anyway, Minas Antonio. We know Minas Antonio has been at APOEL, anorthosis, AEL, Aris Paralimni. He has 225 appearances altogether, and obviously he's a Cypriot international. Now they also then announced Ivan Kostic, the goalkeeper. Kostic was at Paralimni the season that Sachas was head coach there when they got promoted. He's also been at Volos, because everybody, it wasn't Volos. It wasn't with Sacha at Volos.
Sorry.
But Volos signed all like ex-Pro Athlima players anyway.
Wasn't he at another club with Sacha?
Exactly. So that's Lamia.
Lamia.
That's Lamia. Yeah. So yeah, he was head coach. Sachas was head coach there as well. So obviously he seems to really trust Kostic. Now, obviously they needed a replacement goalkeeper because Georgi Loria, friend of the pod, Georgi Loria, isn't that nice that you can say that? Friend of the pod, Georgi Loria has joined Dynamo Tbilisi back in Georgia.
We like Georgie.
Yes. Now, Omonia Adipur didn't finish with just that. They also announced the sign of 33-year-old Danish centre-back Rasmus Thelander.
Okay.
You like it? Thelander is not Helander. But yes, a Danish centre-back who played for Aalborg, Panathinaikos, Zurich, Vitesse Arnhem, Ferencvaros, Silkeborg and Lyngby. He's got bags of appearances, 348 appearances, and he's for a central defender, he's got 21 goals.
Oh, blimey.
So, I mean, look at his head. That's a head that scores headers. Look at it.
I thought it was Eric Dyer for a start. It was like Eric Dyer.
But listen, it's not obviously they're not signings that are popping out like they were last season that made me go, yeah, they're going to stay up. But yeah, let's see who else they bring in, and then I'll decide whether or not they're going to stay up. But yeah, it's all right. Now we've done Omonia Radipur. After Omonia Radipur, there is Omonia Nicosia. So, not a lot. There's not a lot to say here. So, it's mostly rumours, right? The one out rumour that I thought was amusing is that Dynamo Bucharest want to sign Hambus.
The other one.
Yeah, so they want to. They've got one. They want to make it a pair. They want to make it a pair of Hambus. You know, you've got one in the 6th position. You've got the other one to play in the 10, right? Make Romania Cyprus again. You know how in the 90s and the noughts everybody was like, oh, all these Romanians coming to Cyprus, blah blah blah. Doing the opposite now.
Yep. Well, I've got a couple of things.
Go on.
Well, on the left you have the new kits, which are ghastly.
Okay.
They look like pajamas. But on the right, you will see Ector Gonzalez. You can't see his face.
No.
Well, here's the great thing about Omonia, right? They brought in an assistant coach. They didn't announce it. They just updated their website, and they didn't even put his photograph on.
Yeah. And I wonder where Simo Darabuluzi found him. I wonder where he found him.
Trying to think.
You know, if you guys are looking for a striker, I think Dorby Shai is going for free.
Yeah.
I mean, we're laughing, but here comes that announcement. He's going to be doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
it's quite funny. You could do it to the owner because on my behalf.
Now, there's also a rumor of somebody coming in as well. For me, this is a personal one for me. This is Valon Berisha, a 32-year-old attacking midfielder. Who's currently at Lask in Austria. Also played for Stade Reims, Lazio, Dusseldorf, and RB Salzburg. And Aston Villa in my FM17 save. Oh. So yeah, he's a baller. He is a baller. Case in point, injuries. He has got injuries. He has got injuries. But case in point, last season, he played 32 games and he got 6 goals and 10 assists.
Where does he play again?
Lask.
No, which position?
Attacking midfielder.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah. So that's your Omonia news, guys. Oh, what great announcements! Ooh, like even my club is in the bin, and we announced the player. But anyway, next we've got Olympiacos. So Olympiacos have announced 2 players. One is Admir Barjovic, 29-year-old Swedish forward who was last at KF Tirana in Albania. He's also been at Levadiakos, Chania, Panetolikos, and Panathinaikos in Greece.
Oh my God!
Sukhothai.
Crying out loud! Honestly, if you want to make it so fucking obvious, you're looking at the Greek market. I mean, for fuck's sake! Honestly, man.
Sukhothai in Thailand.
I haven't heard so much bullshit in my life when it. Sorry. Karen.
I'll keep going. Follow in Norway, Nijmegen in Netherlands, Trollhättan, Grundskile, Osters, and Kefler in Sweden, and Sepsi in Romania. But yeah, they got him because obviously he's got experience in Greece. And a lot of their other players that they've signed so far this summer have also got lots of experience in Greece. But, they've got...
I need to find out who's representing these players. Well, I need to find out who's representing them.
Well, they've got a Greek head coach as well, so you've got that.
Exactly.
Yeah, but so this guy got 74 goals in 269 games. Now, they did announce another player as well. This one's a Portuguese midfielder called João Tavares, who's been in the Porto, Benfica, and Braga youth teams, Ferenc, Marfa, Maritimo, and Belenenses.
Not one Greek team. Wow. Okay.
Yep. Lots of Portuguese teams. So they've been talking to Bamboy as well. It looks like it. So that's 163 games, 8 goals, 5 assists. Also, the other thing that they did, which was I found very interesting, is that they announced that with anybody buying a season ticket for this season, they will get a free replica shirt with it.
Lovely.
Which, more clubs should announce. I would think you'd get plenty of clubs. You get more season tickets sold. I think if you announce that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, it's better than giving a scarf and a mug and a little pin badge, isn't it?
You mug. Yeah. Yeah. Now, I think this is the last team. So, Bafo. So, Anderson isn't leaving, as Bafo confirmed that they made his loan signing from last season permanent. Just a reminder, the 27-year-old Brazilian centre forward scored 17 goals in 57 games last season. So, is an ample replacement for Jairo, I think.
Yeah.
And also not leaving is Jaja. Oh, Jaja. Oh, Jaja. Yes, so last season he was on loan from Atlético Paranaense, where he played 49 games, scored 9 absolute bangers, and got 11 assists as well. And somebody in Brazil picked up on my post about this, quoted it, and kind of said, "Yeah, you were rubbish for Atlético Paranaense, but good luck." So fine.
Drink that Haterade, motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, somebody else responded to it as well, posting the video of his penalty miss against Abuel. Obviously, with the Provolea going like,
yeah.
But yeah, somebody's leaving as well. Somebody's leaving Bafo, and that is Patrick Tomasi. Yongbuk Hyundai in South Korea announced his signing. But yeah, Patrick Tomasi hasn't played for Bafo since before this season, just gone.
Yep.
He was signed in the summer 2023. He played 25 games for Bafo, scored 3 goals and 5 assists. So there you go. That is all the club news. We did it.
Just over an hour.
Yes. Now,
we're going to fire off for these ones. I'm flipping out.
What do you want to do first? Shall I still go as what the notes are written?
What was the next one?
It's well. I mean, if I'm going to talk about it, there it is. Goa presented its infrastructure upgrade plans to Parliament. So I'm guessing you had that Nosferatu-looking motherfucker Yannis Yanmoyen being like, I'm going to suck your blood. But also, here is my master plan for a new 4 to 5,000 capacity. Sorry, 4 to 5,000.
No, not 45.
4 and 5,000 capacity stadium at the Magario in Lefkosia. Which is not going to be used for football either, if I remember correctly. It's going to be for other sports.
Kabaddi.
Yeah, it's going to be for kabaddi. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We've got a memorandum of cooperation for upgrading the Stelios Kyriakidis Stadium in Bafo. So we've got some more highlights from that as well. The Parliament emphasised the need for a national sports infrastructure strategy, which I completely agree with. Goa plans to launch an international tender for use and development of Stelios Kyriakidis Stadium, which they're launching the tender because they have to launch it as a tender.
Yep.
But wouldn't it be funny if somebody else other than Bafo gets the tender?
Oh, behave.
like just
behave.
I don't know. Like,
Stop.
What
Stop.
would be the funniest one? What would be the funniest one?
I'm not saying anything.
Ayan Naba.
I'm not saying anything.
The guy who owns Ayan Naba. Put money in to buy the Bafiago. Anyway, so Bafos FC and local authorities will collaborate on new facilities in Yeroskipu, costing under 5 million euros. Okay. That was one of the ones that I pinpointed 2 summers ago on needing redevelopment. Anyway, concerns were raised over past mismanagement, poor stadium hygiene, and neglect of refugee clubs. We've talked about that so many times as well. Goa also intends to renovate other stadiums, including the Gerinia Bistrofi, the Giko Gimnasio, the Baliomedoho Stadium as well. Stakeholders are called for smaller regional stadiums instead of large-scale venues, which we've talked about constantly when, especially when the Apoel and the Omonia stadiums were announced.
45,000.
Yeah, absolute nut jobs. Anyway, political parties urge greater transparency, strategic planning, and better use of public funds, like they always do. And then there's always handshakes going on in the background. Goa acknowledges Cyprus lags in sports infrastructure and wants to invest long-term, avoiding patchwork fixes. They said after announcing a 5 million euro upgrade of the Yeroskipu Stadium, but nothing on the Iagovio, which is needed for other sports other than football in Bafo. But anyway, discussion also included the Cyprus FA needing to reform outdated regulations on refugee clubs and promote more Cypriot players in top-tier football. So there you go. There, you've got some stuff on the fan card.
Yes. Well, the 14 clubs have got together and they said, yes, let's agree on something. And they've agreed to a couple of things regarding the fan card and how it's been created, really, or how it's been, I don't know, distributed. I mean, it's a bureaucratic masterpiece, isn't it, Tasso? Honestly,
yeah,
it really is. It really is.
Yeah.
So as far as I'm aware, they're going to bring in some new software that is going to clear up the old issues with the fan card. I think there's a problem when it comes to old people. Am I right?
Yeah.
Not knowing how to use it, or something along the lines there.
Because they can't get their grandkids to do it. I don't get that, but anyway, yeah.
Well, yeah. So basically, the clubs are basically saying make it easy for the pensioners. That's it.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
And the players.
Yeah, to not have it digitally. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
So you have like an actual card which can't be it can't be fiddled around with and used by other people at all, if that's the case, right?
That's what. Listen, I don't know if your parents are tech savvy, right? But me trying to explain to my dad how to use a Fire Stick or my mum how to use an iPad, it's pointless.
Is he on the Netflix? Is he on the Facebook? He's fine. Can you just bring up the image of the signature page again? I just want to have a look at it. So obviously everybody's done everything very professional there, right?
Yes.
Except Olympiacos' signature, Olympiacos' stamp.
Yes.
Where is it?
It's very.
It's like
they ran out of ink.
And look, and officially, we can officially say that the name of Freedom 24 FC Grasava Ipsona is actually FC Grasava.
Yes.
Yeah. Even though, right? So the stamp says FC Grasava Limited, right? But the name of the club says Freedom 24 NOC Neon Ipsona.
Well, at least it solved the conundrum, I guess.
Even they don't fucking know what the club's supposed to be called.
Maybe they're just winging it. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So basically, they're going to have a discussion about the fan card, make it accessible for older people and players and staff because they need fan cards. Because they got 1 month fan cards that need renewing all the time.
Yep.
So just make one valid for the season. I mean, surely that would make more sense.
Now, I haven't tried to do one for me yet. But if you go on the website where you can organize it, it looks like they've improved the website from last season, which is good. Because when I tried to apply for one previously, it was an absolute ball ache. So,
or just contact Buff or Ari and they'll help you.
Yeah. Yep.
It's that simple, really.
Now, next thing is Nicolas Inglesu.
Nicky English.
Nicky English. So, he has officially retired.
Yes.
I thought it's quite young to retire, isn't he? He's only 32?
Yeah.
31? But yeah, he's officially retired from professional football, closing the curtain on a 15-year career marked by passion, emotion, and commitment.
Passion.
Cypriot international midfielder began his journey at age 15 with AEK Athens, making his professional debut at 18 and featuring in the Europa League group stages. Throughout his career, he represented several prominent Cypriot clubs, including Anorthosi, Nea Salamina, Ari, Doxa, and Ganodisa. However, a lot of people will remember mostly with AEK Larnaga, where he spent the bulk of his career, was the captain, and he was even the captain when they played West Ham in the Conference League. He provided an emotional farewell message where he thanked his coaches, his teammates, club officials, fans, saying he always gave 100% on the pitch, extended special gratitude to his family and his agent, and then he noted while his playing days are over, he plans to stay involved in football in a new role. So,
you'll probably be working for PASP.
That was going to be one of the things I was going to say is that he'll probably represent PASP press things because I think he put himself very well. He put himself across very well. When they were talking about the equal pay. But now we've got to talk about important business at the Cyprus FA.
Fuck.
Yeah. There's that happened as well. No, what I wanted to talk about was the really important stuff. Was that the Cyprus FA released the football that they were going to use for the Pro Athlema next season.
Let me find it.
That's the important news. That's
Okay.
the really important news.
Let me find
Now,
it.
I mean, it was also a bit of a joke that was the important news, because the actual important news was going to be after that. It was going to,
I can't find it.
I was doing a little joke thing. It's fine. It looks like utter woke nonsense. Yeah, utter woke nonsense is what it looks like.
It's like
anyway,
purple and yellow, and
it's got so many different colors on it. I'm pretty sure, Jaja is going to do like one of those. It's just going to be a blur. You're not going to see it. Anyway, the real important news is that there were no elections at the Cyprus FA executive meeting this week.
none at all.
That is because Aris pulled out of the election race for the Cyprus FA presidency, as he was well aware he wasn't going to get enough backing from the executive board to take over. He resigned from the race with a harsh statement, citing a lack of sufficient support from club administrators and a system that, in his words, has chosen itself again. Savidi stated that the conditions for genuine change in democratic elections do not exist. However, he expressed gratitude to the few associations that backed him and gave special thanks to the fans, calling them the only true force for reform in Cypriot football. So that means this guy right here, this guy on screen, he looks as surprised as the rest of us that Haris Loizidis walks into the job unopposed as Cyprus FA president.
Yeah.
Golf clap for Mr. Loizidis, everybody. Yay. Well done. Well done, Haris. He said some bullshit. I mean, I'm not interested in what this guy had to say, because it's going to be the same, but different, but the same, right? Because my favorite bit of his speech. My message is simple and genuine. Give us time before you judge us. Give us the chance to show in practice what we prefer and preach. When the time comes to judge us harshly, but also fairly, with results.
Is that his prayer to the Lord? When it comes to Judgment Day, please judge us fairly.
It's not even that. The best bit was, we're coming in fresh. We're gonna change things. It's gonna be fresh and new and exciting, and it's gonna be great. Says the guy who's already been at the Cyprus FA for the last 20 years and done fuck all.
Well, maybe they can start. It's just a suggestion. Maybe they can actually start by implementing laws about player welfare and player safety, so that academy players won't be blackmailed into sending pornographic photos to club owners. I'm just saying,
Yeah, that might be a thing. Just some advice. I mean, it comes back to Haris Savidis, right? One of his bilones, because everybody's all about the bilones. One of Haris Savidis' bilones was to make sure that not every Tom, Dick, Harry, and Stevie can do a youth academy. That you need to get proper certification for it.
Yep.
Safeguards.
Yep.
Now, with Loizidis' first interview with 24 Sports as the Cyprus FA president, one of the things he said was, this guy says the quiet parts out loud. At least this is what I like about him, is that he doesn't seem to have a filter. He said in the interview, it was more the encouragement from colleagues on the executive committee who decided that it would not be best for someone to come in from outside.
Ooh.
Not best for who?
Well, best for the narrative or best for their own agendas,
What you talking about, Willis? Anyway, yeah. So Again with the Bilones. Here's another one with the Bilones. So here we go. So he's got 2 Bilones, this guy, as opposed to Savidis. Savidis had loads of them. But anyway, 2
6,
Bilones.
I think
right.
6.
So the first one focused on institutional overhaul, including appointing a CEO, Chief Executive Officer, redistributing responsibilities across committees, reforming the national team strategy, supporting Cypriot players, modernising the domestic league system, overhauling refereeing for fairness and independence, and introducing term limits for the CFA presidency. Now, it's weird, right, that we didn't get this stuff from him before the whole rigmarole about having Cyprus FA elections, executive, blah, 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 blah. And then he waited for, the good Harry to do his stuff before he went, you know what, I like some of these ideas. I'll take them and make my thing. Yeah. The second pillar is targeting rebuilding public trust through increased transparency. One of those. Stronger communication. One of those. Partnerships with government and local bodies. One of those. And positioning football as a force for social and economic unity. And here's a slapper one of those. Yeah, because as we know, none of that stuff is going to happen, because if it was going to happen, it would have already happened, because he's been there for 20 years. Yeah. So he could have been like, Mr. Turtlehead, maybe we should do this because it might make you a bit more popular.
Yeah, but maybe he was keeping them from him so that he wouldn't take the credit for implementing them. Maybe it was all a ruse. He was saving them for a rainy day.
Here you go. I'm delivering you your angurka. Enjoy. But yeah, business as usual, in essence. That's what I'm getting from it. What are you getting from it?
Whatever. It's a farce.
Yeah.
It's not a farce. It's a farce. Because let's get it right, yeah? Got a new CFA president, and that 6,000-page document is going to disappear. Because you know what? When Turtlehead resigned, yeah, that was the end of the legal stuff. That's the end of it. Yep. And that was probably the arrangement, I'm assuming. Quit and we'll drop everything.
Yep.
And we're still waiting. It's been 2 years, hasn't it?
Yep.
Still waiting.
Yep. Fanis Markidis is just there going like, but I've got it all. I've got it all right here. It's all right here. Please, somebody do something with all this stuff I found.
He's probably got a storage facility made up of box files up to the fucking ceiling with evidence.
Yeah, you know what the Judicial Committee have done. They've just taken that 6,000-page series of boxes, and they've just made a fort out of it. They made a box fort and playing with it. So,
Cowboys and Indians.
Yeah, so Cyprus FA stuff, guys.
Pew, 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 pew,
well
pew,
done,
pew.
everybody. Oh, what a celebration of Cypriot football that was. Again, would you like a second serving of these anguragia? Huh? Do you want a second serving?
Well, I'll tell you what. Save that serving for my story. Well, do you remember this club?
Oh yeah. I remember Bayer 2014.
Yeah, the Bayer 2014, whose Instagram was hijacked internally. Accusations of match fixing and fake, etc., etc., etc. And then they were taken over by Apex Capital, and then they weren't. And then they had a disagreement with PASP saying that, PASP are making accusations, our players have been paid, blah, 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 blah. And that afternoon, they could only field 8 players and lost 8-0. Well, it looks like Bayer are just on life support right now, and they could disappear in the next few days.
Yeah. So So for people who don't know, Beya 2014 is a Phoenix club of Abop Giniras Beyas, who won a Cypriot Cup at one point. So according to the Cyprus FA's record books now, that means that Beya 2014, who are a cup winner, according to the Cyprus FA's new legal precedent, are about to fold. So that's good, isn't it?
Very.
Yeah. And the good thing is they waited till the end of the season, which means they haven't signed any players to further mess up more footballing careers. So that's good.
Well, listen, I don't know who's in charge of recruitment at that club. Maybe they're on LinkedIn. Maybe they're on LinkedIn.
Maybe they're sending WhatsApp messages.
Maybe. Speaking of LinkedIn, Thassa, shall I do this? Because we didn't get the chance to do this last week, to be honest, because I think we kind of went on the assault afterwards. But you see, I've got this thing about just staring online and looking for things randomly. And LinkedIn appears to be the greatest tool for finding random shit about Cyprus football. And what we do have are agents posting things like this. Fucking licensed agents, apparently.
Can I read it? Can I read it out?
Go on.
For EU passport only. I have a spot in Cyprus second division. Self-sponsorship, no salary. DM me for cost and details.
Yeah.
Self-sponsorship, no salary for a Cypriot second division club. Cypriot second division is supposed to be professional. Yep. You're supposed to be paid a salary, which, you're supposed to earn money from.
It's got to be 900 euros a month, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Right. But, we did this thread on X. And as you can see right here, one of many examples as to why Cyprus football has been on its knees for a long time. Cyprus Pro Trial Interest Form. Someone actually created a document for footballers to apply for trials. They ask for the full name, the date of birth, country, passport number, your best position, right? And then you carry on. Cyprus second division, 1 to 2 weeks pre-season with the first team, train 2 times a day. Are you willing to pay for flights, accommodation, and small agency fee on arrival? Yes. No, I'm already a pro player with experience in transfer market. Like, what? And then there's more. Do you wish to be contacted? Yes, I'm serious. No, I don't have a highlight video or the budget to travel and pay for the trial expenses. And then they use the AEK Arena as the header image, which is for second division teams, right? Yeah?
Well, okay. I mean, to be fair, Omonia Radipo did use the AEK Arena in the season they got promoted.
Not for all the games.
No.
Not for all of them.
It's so stupid.
Anyway.
It's so stupid.
You get more? Go on, Thal. So you do these. You do the readings.
Looking for a goalkeeper for a team in the third men's division in Cyprus. The team allows only to have European Union player. Send me transfer marked or CV in WhatsApp.
Do you know what this reminds me of? Have you seen that guy? I think his name's Spiro, that does the estate agent stuff.
Oh my God, that keeps coming up on my Instagram. He takes the glasses off.
Do you want a house in Beya? I have 150,000 square meters.
That's a big house.
Well, so this is excellent, and it carries on, and it carries on because it was absolutely like you look. Striker for Cyprus, first division, 3 to 4 grand a month. Cyprus Division 1 and 2, house and food car. Salary between 3K to OK, 6K, depending on about level and quality of player. Only 3 players, no agents, no intermediary. Oh, is that not fucking exploitation? Look at this one. Look at this advert. Cyprus Premier Division. 3 agents. Free agents? Opportunities available for standout free agents, 24 to 30. Mobile striker, I'll look at lightning. Explosive winger. CDM with tempo control. Under 22 winger with 1v1 quality. Under 23 right back with pace and delivery. Net annual salaries up to 350k. 1,000 a month housing allowance. Okay. Must be playing in the 24-25 season in a tier 1 or tier 2 league with stats on Transfermarkt. Lovely. Excellent.
Slide into the DMs. That's
yeah. We're looking for players in following positions. Free transfers or loan deal preferred. Budget 150 to 180k. Nice. Mandates required. What else? And it gives you a list, and it goes on, and it goes on, and it goes on, and it goes on, and it goes on. And we wonder why there are so many fucking shit players playing in Cyprus. No disrespect. This one did it for me. 750 euros a month.
Accommodation and food.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get Babette 2 from down the road to do your rosto every 3 weeks.
That's 150 euros below the minimum wage. Just saying. But they do it for everywhere. They do it for Portugal, for Australia, wherever. Nigeria, it's all there. It's all there. Please do not send me private messages or comments on LinkedIn. You can find all the information in the link. Okay, great. And then this is the website that it takes you to. To view this page, you must be member. Okay. And you got websites called Football Jobs that do these things as well. They actually put them as vacancies. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Here we go. Another spot in Albania, Cyprus 2nd Division. Any player, parent, interest to sponsor himself for full season, DM me to set up a call or email. Honestly, man, what's the point of having scouting?
Wait, yeah. I mean, but one thing to add to all of this, though, is that there's one player who came to Cyprus based off of a LinkedIn message. And he's done pretty well for himself. Is Mr. Morgan Brown.
Yes.
However,
he was at Leicester and he was at Aberdeen.
Yes.
2 big clubs.
And now, Morgan Brown, however, is the one good story in a mass of terrible ones. Yeah. But yeah. That's that one. Right. Now, you ready? You ready for the final thing we're going to talk about?
Well, there's a couple more things. Actually, there's one more thing. There's one more.
All right. I'll let you.
It's nothing major. It's nothing major. Thus, and I have this thing about welcome announcements, all that kind of shit, and we found a couple of fantastic welcome posts where Photoshop graphics design goes out the window. Check these bad boys out.
Yeah. So you got Mikel Goni. I have to come on, man. That has to be they photoshopped that mustache on him. That can't be him, right?
Look, it's AI.
Yeah.
They AI'd it, right? But what makes it even worse is that text that they use is actually on an app called Polish. So they've used AI to create the image of the player. But why didn't you just put AI and tell it to write the text for you so it doesn't look stupid? And the badge, I mean, we've spoken about the badge before. I mean, what is this?
My friend at Football Cypriota is the Brazilian guy who writes about Cypriot football. He loves that badge. He thinks it's amazing already. And the fact that they did it like that is unbelievable.
God, it just reminds me of when I was at college back in the day, and like you'd copy and paste an image, and because the resolution wasn't great, it come out smudged like that.
Well, so it's graphic design is my passion. Now, I just want to mention the one that you had on the right-hand side of the screen. And the reason I put that on there is it's a bike. I've signed a new goalkeeper. Now, what they did in the post is they put a hashtag in there, which the post is activate_the wall.
The wall.
What does that even mean? That's the first thing. What does that even mean? Activate the wall.
Well, I think what they're trying to say is start the process of keeping the ball out the net, I guess.
For me, activate the wall, right? What it sounds like they're trying to get because activate the wall makes me.
It's like you're being attacked by aliens.
No. You know what it makes me think? It makes me think of that Mission Impossible meme where there's the guy who goes like that and his beard pops out, from a while ago. You remember?
Holy Spirit, activate.
Anyway. So that's that. Correct. That was that. We needed to talk about that. There'll be more of those coming up. So bookmark the thread. I think that's what you're supposed to do when you want updates on it, right? So bookmark that one. There'll be more of them coming up that we want to have a joke about. Now, a union, yes, exactly. A union for free agents. Now, should we do? Should we go ahead and spin the wheel?
Yes, we haven't done this for a while, have we?
No, we did it.
It's time to spin the wheel. What is coming? We don't know. Spin the wheel now.
So, with Vrionides off until August, as I've been doing for the last few weeks, I've been looking at the Stock Epilepticus Judicial Committee and their decision processes. Just as a spoiler for next week, look out for next week. It's got some... Wow, it's going to be... Now, however, there's some stuff to talk about this week. So, in January, they talked about a game that happened between Ector and Affairs on December the 7th. And in particular, the match observer reported that the Ector president, Agathoklis Makridis, said he said if the assistant referee Andonis Spanos was involved in an Ector game again, he would now gamo mavro medoxilo. So, translated, that he would make him a black from the beating that he was going to give him. Now, the referee and the assistant referee did not report this, and Magridis also wrote a statement to the Judicial Committee to explain his actions. And he says, "My referral to the judiciary surprises me and truly saddens me. I apologize for the incident. The conversation with the match observer took place in a friendly atmosphere, and jokingly, due to our special relationship, we have been colleagues for 30 years and competed as opponents and teammates for years. I didn't think it would refer me to court for a dialogue between friends and colleagues in a friendly atmosphere while we were joking. After the game ended, I went to the referee's locker room, got my IDs, congratulated them, and left." So in their findings, the Stock Disciplinary Committee had this to say. The following question therefore logically arises. Since the accused visited the referee's locker room, if he had something relevant to report to the assistant referee, wouldn't he have reported it there, even in a friendly tone? And would he have needed to send him threats through a third party? Although cases heard by the Judiciary Committee may not require the strict rules of proof of a criminal case, logic and consistency of facts are essential. Due to doubts in the evidence of referral, the complaint is dismissed and the accused is acquitted. So there you go. So there's that one. So the match observer says, yeah, he said that he was going to make him mavro medoxilo, but because the referee didn't write anything about it in the report, nothing happened to this guy. Now, in the 23rd minute of the match between Abeb and Abona and Oyas, Abeb head coach Andreas Avlonidis was shown a red card because after he was given a yellow card, he yelled out to the referee, 4-match ban. It's the same, but different. But the same. Habare. Because nasudo kiesen ang karta rea habare.
I can't put that in the book. I can't put that in the book. I can't put it in the book.
Well, you can't because it's from last season. I'm going to have to keep an eye on stock epilepticus for this season as well.
This could be a whole nother fucking chapter. Fuck me.
Yeah. Rea habare. Kasi nasudo ki karta ni sila rea habare. It's beautiful. It's almost poetry.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Incredible.
You love to see it.
It's time to spin the wheel. What is coming? We don't know. Spin the wheel now.
Wow. So we're done. We're done.
We're done.
We're done. And yes, more to come. This is just the beginning. It's just the beginning. Preseason hasn't started.
So
What are we gonna do?
obviously, there's a longer one this week because we were a bit delayed. But it's Friday night instead of Wednesday night, which it does mean that hopefully next week's one might be just a tad short.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then 5 days. 5 days, not 7. Because usually we do the show on the Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday, it all fires off.
Yeah, which is what happened this week.
Yes, exactly.
So, yeah.
Anyway, boys and girls, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to give us a follow on Instagram and X at This Is Mappa. Thassos is at Flares Cafes. There you go.
Click.
Thank you for tuning in, and we'll be back very soon. Bye-bye.
Good. Bye.